get this thing on the road. See if all the sound is working. Oscar's sound is apparently.
We have flags.
Oh yes, we definitely have flags. I'm not sure if I can hear Oscar though.
Next.
Oscar, can you say something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I can hear you now. Well, I did not, but now I do. So that's fine. Okay. And Chris was also audible. So welcome, everybody, to our 39th live stream, I think it is, of this year. It might be the 40th. I sort of lost count, but it's a lot.
Wow.
And we are today calling in from 3 different countries. Chris is in the States. Oscar is in Austria right now, and I am just in Holland, so as normal. So it's really international today. And I was hoping to get a cameo of our main fan, but he's apparently not in the picture. Is he in the room, or can we hear?
Well,
he is there.
He's there. He's there. So, hi to him. Yeah.
It's good to have. It's good to have you on the show. Please feel free to chip in anytime you want. Yeah. You're the.
He's the grumpy guy.
You're the
puppet show.
Yeah, boo. You're the sidekick. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so.
Well, maybe when we start talking about Lego, he can
of course.
chip in
yes,
and
that
show
would be
what he's
that would be
building.
great because today's items or subjects are a couple of things. First of all, Lego, a lot of Lego, because obviously, as you can see, R2D2 is in the works, in progress of being made by Oscar. I'm pretty sure Edwin has a project too that he is building in their little cabin in the mountains in Austria, which is something really cool. I'm pretty jealous about that, but that's okay. And I have something to show. It's not actually Lego, it's Cobi, but also nice. And I'm not sure if Chris had time to build anything, but at least we've got some Lego content there. Also, I would like to show a little bit of where I am on the VW police bus thing, and 3D printing, which luckily I did get for my birthday and have started up. Well, I'll tell you all about that later. So, but maybe the best thing to start off with is COTA. The Austin Grand Prix, because I think I lost another 5 years of my life during the last 20 laps or so. But then again, I think I don't think I have ever been so nervous before a start of a race. It's just my heart was pounding, and we were just like on the couch. Maybe we shouldn't look. Maybe we should just go upstairs and wait until we hear what it is. We were just. Oscar, you are now not visible anymore. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So we were just so excited and nervous. And then obviously the race started. Max lost the position, which was really weird because there wasn't any mistakes or something. It was just a little bit more traction or something that caused Hamilton to just be ahead. Well, that can happen. Not a huge problem, obviously. What a good thing is that he could sort of easily stick on to Hamilton.
Yeah, he was able to keep up with Hamilton without too much trouble. Hamilton never got him out of DRS range, and even on Hamilton's radio he said, Max is faster than me.
So I have to say that nowadays you don't know exactly what they're saying over the radio, because they use it to put other teams on the wrong foot, but that's a whole other story. But that looked good. Then some really weird stuff happened with the early stop, which I could not understand at that point, because he was doing great on the yellow tires, on the medium tires, and I thought maybe he wants to stick behind it, wait until Hamilton pits and then go off. Or I could think of any strategy but that one. But apparently,
it was the long game.
Yeah. Well, apparently it did work out. Well, but that happened. The good thing is that they were aggressive in it. They were calling the shots, which is obviously a good thing, I think. And then the whole thing just went really weird because then Hamilton stopped. The white tires were okay. Then suddenly Hamilton seemed to be going faster on the whites, or at least a little bit faster than he was before. Because on the whites, I think they were pretty much the same speed at that mid section of the race. And then we had the second pit stops. And after that, obviously, that was just nail biting up until the end. And I thought until.
Do you know who I think was the biggest influence in all of this?
Schumacher. Yeah.
Mick Schumacher.
Yeah.
Because he held Max up, but it put Max into the DRS zone so that when he passed him, he had DRS and Hamilton didn't.
Yeah.
I think that made it easier for him to win. I think if Schumacher hadn't been there, it would have been down to the last 2 or 3 corners.
I agree. It made it a lot better for Max, and that was a good thing to happen. But what you saw is that, and that's a thing that happens a lot with the Mercedes, but maybe with all the cars, getting close to a car is one thing, but then passing him is another thing. And if you don't have a really clear DRS advantage and a long straight where you can do that, it's very difficult to overtake people. There was obviously a long straight here, so it could have maybe have happened, but it probably would have taken a couple of rounds more. So at a certain point, I think 20 or 10 rounds before the end, I thought, okay, this is not gonna. I mean, Hamilton is easily gonna overtake Max. And, damage control second is not too bad. Let's just stay on the track and not do anything crazy. And then...
Remember, Hamilton's not a very good overtaker.
No, it's true.
Anyway.
It's true. But
and when you add the aero turbulence into it, he's no good at all. Now, if you look at Checo and if you look at Ricciardo, they don't care about turbulence. They'll just sit right behind the car in front and then, and pass.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know, but the thing is that I was really... It was only maybe 5 or 3 laps before the end that there was a glimmer of hope again. That I thought, well, maybe Max is going to ride this out and stay in front. Because he was not going any slower, really. His tires seemed to be still holding up, which made him go... Yeah. Almost as fast as Hamilton at those last 3 laps. So the advantage of the tires that Hamilton had wore out just when he approached the last 3 laps, and then they were sort of the same again.
And it rained on the last lap.
It did. Mm-hmm. No, that was Cobi.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
No, there was rain in the pit lane on the last lap.
There was.
Yeah.
That was weird, but okay.
Because on the English commentary team, they're like, "There's rain in turns 18 and 19 and the pit
how's
lane." That? It wasn't very much, but the fact that there was suddenly that extra variable thrown in right at the end.
Okay, well, I did not pick up on that. I did not know that, but anyway, I think a couple of things. The more we get to the end of the season, the more stressful this whole thing is becoming. It's just almost unbearable. It's good, but it's also, why am I doing this? But so that's one thing. The other thing is that I feel that what was I gonna say? Well, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I think it was a great race. It seems like they both have an opportunity to be world champion. You don't want do not finish. Any did not finish is going to be a disaster for either of them. Unless in the race after the other also did not finish. So you never know what happens. But that's going to be really, really important. And I feel that although last race I thought Red Bull was on the back with their engine and their car, it seemed like now they're back on par again with Mercedes, sort of. So I'm not too worried about that. So that's a good thing. And I think I feel that the proof is there again that Max is just an exceptionally good driver to be able to do that last stint on those tires and stay in front and not make any mistakes under pressure, because we've seen Vettel, Bottas, Norris, all these guys are driving on the edge and then make a mistake sooner or later anywhere in the last 10 or 20 rounds, and Max did not make a single mistake, and he was driving on the edge, or at least I'm pretty sure he was. So exceptionally well done, and it's just great. When I listen to F1 Nation, the English guys, they are all talking about, well, you know, the Red Bull was really faster. They're just saying that it was the car that did it. They refuse to admit that Max is a better driver than Hamilton is, maybe. They just won't. They're just not gonna go there. They just say, yeah, you know, Red Bull was really great and the Mercedes had some problems, but Hamilton obviously did something really spectacular with that car, which was not as fast as the Red Bull. So they are totally in the Hamilton camp and saying that he was the better driver because he had such a great drive with a slower car. I don't know, yeah.
I mean, it's a good job we don't have any bias on this channel.
True, but that's the fun thing to see, you know. It's just how you can explain it either way. But I think the quality is there, at least on par or sometimes better than Hamilton. So that's good. Then again, Hamilton is doing this for the 7th or 8th time now, and there's got to be some wear there. You know, he can't be just as sharp and good as he was over the last 7 years. So, you know, what are you gonna do? So,
yeah, at some point he has to fall off.
Yes, and well, yeah, it's so close now that they will not. I mean, they want to win it, and they will do everything, and we might see some fireworks in the last races, some strange things going on, because it's really cutthroat now. But that's a good thing for us fans, obviously. So really enjoying that. So yeah, that was a good race. At least I thought it was. And put Oscar a little bit in the middle. And yeah, for me, there's 1 week in between, I think now. Yeah, I think so. And then it's off to. Is it Mexico? Next one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be great if Checo is leading and Max is second.
Yeah.
Checo, it's not unthinkable that if Checo leads the race, he needs to let Max pass and not win the race in Mexico before the Mexican fans.
Yeah, that would be
that would
unpopular.
not be very popular, I'm afraid. But let's see. Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, for the team championship and for the drivers' championship, you know they would do it.
They would.
But, you know, I mean, Mexicans are not, you know, they'll cheer if Checo gets second place, but they would be much happier if he got first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really something needs to go wrong. Otherwise, Checo will never be driving before Max.
I agree.
No.
I agree on that, obviously. But yeah.
But yeah. But it might. But yeah, then I think at this point in the championship, they need to do it.
Yes.
Or maybe when Lewis is out, but otherwise they really need to do swap places.
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna try and move Oscar's audio a little bit back because he's really out of sync for some reason. See if I can fix that.
I'm of course, because I'm now together with our #1 listener here. I placed a speaker on the table, so we are doing now the sound and the mic via the Extreme.
Okay. Well,
that's maybe a bit different than
the audio is there and the picture is there. It's just not synced, so I'm trying to fix that. But if it doesn't work, no.
If you have a second laptop there, he has to watch the live.
Maybe it's because I'm drinking, of course, too much of this. that stuff already.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Cheers.
I was going to say, you realise because he's not watching live, you should have a second laptop on the table so that he can be our viewer
and just type in stuff.
Live view. Well, he's sometimes looking at his phone.
Cool. Just still there. Okay. Well, anyway, so that was Formula One. Really exciting stuff. It was a good timing, actually. It's much better if it's 9 o'clock at night. It's much more relaxed for me. Not just in the middle of the day. Your whole Sunday is sort of broken into.
Well, it was interesting because it was live. It's the first one we've been able to watch live, and I think all three of us were on the WhatsApp together while the race was
also
going
great.
on.
I miss that normally. So I think these races, this timing is just perfect. And Mexico is probably going to be sort of the same, or is it? Also, so that's going to be nice too. So okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, so that was great. For the rest during the week, I don't know what happened, but I think Formula One was probably the most important. And I can't really wait now to talk to Oscar and Edwin about their Lego projects. Just show us what you've got. Show us what you've got. Show me the money.
Show me the money. Yes. Yeah. Well, I think R2D2 is already for quite some months in the background, also when I'm sitting at home, but never came to it. And then actually Edwin said, well, whatever, to Austria.
Yeah.
We're sitting there for a week and start building it. Yeah. And actually I thought, well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So then I said, but then you need to build also something.
Yeah.
But without having a box ready. So he went to Paul and got a box full. So well, he can show what he's doing in a minute.
The local Lego library.
Yeah. Oh, that I should keep in mind. Yeah. But so I started building what I like. Yeah, and that's maybe a neurotic thing, but I really like to keep my building book as mint as possible. So I'm using my iPad and then the Lego app,
instructions app,
to build. Yeah. And now, the book is still nicely in its foil away. Okay. So I did already parts the backs 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And that's actually getting you as far as this one, and it's the front leg.
Wow.
And I have no idea how it will work later on, but it's retractable, so it can come out and go in somehow again. Yeah. So now it's in again. But so I think it's normally able to stand on 2 legs, and then this one comes out as well when he starts driving. But I'm not 100% sure. Mm-hmm. It's quite some time that I saw it the last time on the screen. So I'm actually here with back number 4. So that will be tonight. Back 4 and 5 probably.
Really cool.
So
really cool.
And it's really it's really a fun build. It's of course a lot of normal Lego, but you already saw it. There's quite some technique.
Yeah, a lot of technique.
Also inside there. It's really
it's cool.
Nice construction already. Yeah.
I am very curious about the technicality of it, what it does and how it moves and what the little gadgets and things are, because it looks like it can do a lot.
Yeah. I think at the end it will be able to fly and
to fly and steal the Death Star plans. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool.
Don't do that. George Lucas wouldn't like it if you changed the script again.
Talking about George Lucas, he was at COTA.
Yeah, I saw him too. That was funny. I was texting or WhatsApping Chris about George Lucas, and that was already 10 seconds when I saw him, and then but apparently Chris was almost 30 seconds or so behind, so he didn't have a clue what I was talking about. So then he said, "Oh, now I see him." So there's about a half a minute or so delay in the stream, which is weird because it is in the States. So how that works?
Yeah, exactly. watching it live here was slower than watching it live on the other side of the planet.
That's probably because we don't care if somebody is swearing on the telly or whatsoever.
Well, maybe on our side the NSA is not in between it.
That's true.
That could definitely be it. Yeah, so that was funny. So I was playing with the thought to just do a false, knowing that I was in front 30 seconds. I was thinking, oh my god, Max has crashed, and then just to
when we got to the last 30 seconds, I turned my phone over so I couldn't see any messages.
Very smart.
I knew you were gonna do that. Yeah, but anyway, so R2D2 is coming along nicely.
Guys, we do this with our neighbors. If the neighbors are in the garden watching football.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Inside, they also are later, and so a lot of people are always complaining.
Oh yeah.
They miss. They already hear a goal.
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds later, they see the goal.
I know. Yeah. That happens.
Cello now to Ziggo.
Yeah.
That they should do something about that because it was not fair and it was not working.
You can influence the game. Yeah. But it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely true. So we might pull some stunts there later on, but maybe that's not. We'll do that with somebody else, not between us. That's just you don't do that amongst friends. No.
So actually, before maybe Ed can show what he's building at the moment. So what I wanted to do is make a movie, of course, of the build.
Yeah.
And from R2D2.
Yeah.
And I brought my tripod from home. I brought my camera from home.
Yeah.
Only the small piece to connect the camera to my tripod is still at home.
Yeah.
So it was not able
Good.
to place.
Well planned.
Yeah.
It's always the same. It's just.
Always something.
I have one if you want.
Oh, yeah,
I can send this over.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
That way.
Oscar's in between. Anyway,
it's in my ear now.
Yeah, it's here now. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. No, that's a shame, but well, it's all about the building anyway, so it doesn't really.
Yeah. So I'm actually trying to make from every step before I start with it an image.
Okay.
And when it's finished, so at the end I will have at least a couple of images to show how the build went.
Very cool. Very cool.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes.
And now let's see Edwin's build. Oh, there we go. The excavator. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not already.
I'm just. Oh wow! No, that's cool. Yeah.
Wrong video.
Yeah, and is everything moving as it should? You don't know. You don't know yet.
Well, when you throw it, yes.
Yes.
There are checkpoints that you have to check if you ride it. They should turn the right way. So
okay.
It's worked like it's in the book.
Described. That's very good. That's great.
But that's because when he's gone to bed, I will start rebuilding it.
Yeah. You just yeah. That's the way.
That's
the way it works.
Fun.
Yeah. But how do you like it, Ed? Did you ever build Lego? Do you know it? Have you done it over the last couple of years or?
No, I think the last thing I built was when I was 17, 18 or something.
Okay.
So that's
far in the galaxy, far away.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah, a couple of years ago, yeah. Okay, so it's fun to.
So which Lego set is it? What's the number?
I really don't know. Oh,
it's on the box.
This is
8043.
I have to look up which one that is.
You can also make a bulldozer of it, I think. But
yeah, there's two.
The wrong way around.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love it. I know that when I bought that, I paid 160 euros for it. and now it's being sold for about 400, 500, 600 euros on online. So it has gone up in price too. So that's.
I'm very careful with it.
Yes.
Sorry, we will go to eBay now.
Yes, we will go.
I was going to say, just take it all apart very carefully.
Yeah.
Put it on eBay.
Yeah. It's fun. And the other one, I've got another build with a truck with a crane on it, and that's the same sort of thing. That's also now 400, 500, 600 euros to get that. But anyway, so great stuff, and it seems like, well, I know it's fun to just be building, especially when you're with two guys, in a cottage somewhere in Austria. That's gotta be really fun. So that's great.
We should put the link where you can rent this place.
Yes, well, definitely. Yes, maybe it's just an idea, and maybe I should not do that on live stream, but nobody's watching anyway. I think you should probably have that as an added bonus. Just put 2 Lego sets in the house for for them to build, and then obviously that will work one time, and then all parts are going to be missing. But if you can find a way to keep them together, that would be an added bonus, just to have a couple of Lego sets lying about for people to build.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah, but don't leave that one there.
It was actually what
I know you.
Let's first try it out with this set.
Yeah, let's first try it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good idea. Okay, no, that's cool. It's fun, and we love to see any. If there's a video or montage, then we're probably going to show that on one of the later shows. Or just put it on the channel. That's all great stuff. So keep us posted. Okay, I've got. I don't know if I mentioned it, and maybe I have shown it. I can't remember anymore. But I have the. Did I show that last time? Okay, well that's. This is apparently not the box. This is the finished product. I really like this Cobi stuff. You know that I had the Trabant from the same brand, and the one with the Slurhut behind it, also really nice. And this is one of that same series. It's a Barkas. It's an old Eastern German brand, and they had a lot of these guys, Barkas B1000, and they have a police version of that. And I really like the way it's built. It's really good to see. It's all printed parts, so no stickers at all. Everything is printed. In a way, it's a bit like cheating, because they have a lot of specially formed parts. What you can see is that Lego tries to keep the Lego into it as much as possible, which we saw with the Speed Champions, that they even had the Lego bricks on the side sticking out just to make it a real Lego thing. Cobi is more. It is Lego, and it is exactly the same. It fits Lego. But they have much more formed parts. So in a way, it's a bit of like cheating. On the other hand, it really looks nice. It's really fun little car to see. So yeah, fun build. I got this as a present, as I told last time, from Giorgio for my birthday. Yeah. And obviously Giorgio was the one who wanted to help me build it. So he built probably 80% of it, and I was watching him and giving him the parts. But anyway, it's fine. It's it's really nice. So yeah, so that was my little Lego project. And another project I was doing, which I showed you a little bit of before, is the police van. So this is how it now looks, and it's sort of finished, although I am missing the rear lights, because
that looks a lot more like the VW van than it does in the photo. The photo made it look like the model was really funny.
It looks better than on the box. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's like the box photo is distorted.
And it was really a lot of work to 3D print the whole thing, but no, I didn't. No, it looks better. I totally agree. It looked funny when we saw it last time, and when it's built, it looks better. Maybe it's a little bit the color, it's a little bit all of it. But anyway, I really like it. I think it came together pretty nicely. It even has the Dutch number plates on it. Although a Q is not officially in a Dutch number plate, I think, but that's probably to prevent any problems with people that really have that number. But so this is what it is. But I need to make it a real police version, which means that I have to have the lights and speakers and everything on top here. And that's where the next thing comes into play. And that is my 3D printer. As I showed you last time, I have the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. And I finally started, and I'm going to make a video of it, but it's very difficult to film everything and do everything at the same time. So I have to see how I can put something together. But just as a voiceover, what I try to build is that roof rack. First of all, that needs to go on top of the van. And then I have to print the lights and everything for that separately. So what I started doing is just in 3ds Max build the rack. So I measured everything and I built it up in 3ds Max. Then I imported the model, and I had to. It's a .stl. That's the only format that will go into the slicer. And the slicer program is called Lychee. I don't know. Lychee, I think it is. And it's I imported it, and then you will see. I put in that program, what printer I have, what resin I use, all those kinds of things. So it knows how large the printing area is. And I put the model in, and I can then turn it up or down or sideways any way I like. So that's the position where it will be printed in. And also I can add supports, because you are literally printing out of thin air when you start printing, so it has to have some sort of support if it's not attached to the bottom. So I will show this more in detail later, but the program it's a little bit of getting used to, and what I see online is many people that have all kinds of problems and mistakes and issues on their first couple of prints. So I was a little bit worried about that too, but I thought, let's not worry too much. Let's just take the steps that I think that need to be done, read well how to do it, and just go ahead and do it. So I skipped the step where you have to print like a test model that is on the USB stick already. I just did not do that, and I just started making that thing that I wanted, putting the supports on there, putting everything in, press print, and it would take about 40 minutes, and it started printing. And I was... well, that's because of a couple of things. What I printed is this thing, so it's not very big. That's the first.
Yeah, but I still thought that would be a couple of hours.
And you know what? Really, I think I'm not an expert yet, but I think the time is mostly dictated by the height of the thing, because it will print a layer at a time. But it can be a solid layer or just one dot. I think that is the same amount of time that it uses to print that, because it will just freeze that layer in the resin. And that means that I printed it in the orientation that it was going to be on the roof, so like flat. That means that it only needs to go up, I don't know, a centimeter or so, and then 50 microns. Well, you can do the math, and that makes it printing pretty fast. But
So tell me this: how many hours or how many minutes when it was printing did you sit and just watch the printer?
That's just mesmerizing. You see a little screen where you can see the layer that's printed. So because there are all kinds of supports underneath, you see a lot of dots and things that only these 4 ends were the actual printed project, and the rest is just air with supports. And then suddenly you see the little, I think you can show it. Maybe I can't see it, but the edges started. So like 2 lines were starting, and then you have the whole flat area. And I have to say, this is the second print. The first print was okay, and I could file it okay, but there was some sag on the bottom part. So this bottom was a bit bumpy. And I think I know why that is. First of all, not enough supports. Because if it's not supported, the first layer will just, if it moves up, it will hang. Because it's not dried yet, it goes like this if it's not supported. And there were some supports, but not all the edge was supported. So, and then I just tried it, saw it, and I could file it up to a point where it was okay. But the other mistake I made, and that's just a modeling thing, is that the side supports were not long enough. So it would hit the roof and it wouldn't sit in the roof edge. So I thought I have to do it again anyway. So what I'll do now is just make these things a little bit longer, put some extra supports there, because you can also put manual supports next to the auto support thing. And then it was just perfect. It came out like this, and it was a little bit longer because obviously it was a little bit higher. So that's the time added, because it was a little bit higher than the other. It took about 50 minutes or something. And then this thing came out. And I have also the rinse and UV thing. So you take it out of the printer, you make sure that the resin goes off, then you put the whole thing in alcohol, in IPA, and then it just moves it around a little bit to wash away the excess resin, and when that's done, you break off the supports, and then you put it in on a platform, and it has UV light for about 10 minutes or so. And then it's cured, and you can just handle it, file it, and do whatever you can. And it's not poisonous anymore, because everything about resin is dangerous, poisonous. So I have this big mask on, and it's just, but better be safe than sorry. So anyway.
So how does it look on the camper? How does it look on the model? You.
And in the meantime, I thought when you said, well, I made the second one because the first one was not right. So I thought you forgot to say it was only a scale 1 to 50 instead of 1 to 1.
Yeah. Well, I was a little bit worried about that, but because sometimes in 3ds Max I forget to look at the units and stuff. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's.
Yeah, no, you can see.
It's sort of okay, and it needs to have the lights and everything. So no, it fit perfectly, and so I measured exactly the roof and everything. So it was 58 millimeters, and obviously in 3ds Max you can just model that to the same spec. So I just make a cube of the exact sizes, and then I make sure everything fits into the cube exactly, which should then be okay. But then with exporting and everything, you never know exactly if it's going to be millimeters, centimeters, meters, or anything, although it should have been millimeters, but sometimes you make that mistake. I've had drivers.
You suddenly realize your printer is trying to print it life size.
Yeah. But the good thing with the slicing program is that you will get it in the slicing program, and you will see it actually in the printing space. So it's not off by a factor of 10. I mean, it could be off by any other factor, but that's then your mistake. You didn't model it right. But if it's off by a factor of 10 or 100, you will immediately see that. So that's not going to be a problem anyway. So it would be obviously very interesting to have more detail about the exact printing process and everything, and I will try and make a video of that, which of course is a lot of work, but I will still try and do that and share that on the channel sometime. I have some pictures of the very first print because I thought I need to capture the very first thing that I was printing, so I took some pictures and movies about that. But I need to do some more screen capturing and stuff like that too. But anyway, for me, it was absolutely 100% better than I expected. There were no problems at all. It was just as advertised, and even better, because so many people, and then I start wondering what they're doing, because so many people say, oh yeah, it went wrong, but I made a mistake and I didn't zero the head right, or I did this mistake, that mistake. Yeah, but that's just stupid. You should do your due diligence before you start printing, and just read the fucking manual and do all that stuff. That helps, obviously.
The mistake there is read the manual.
Exactly. So anyway, I totally love that, and hopefully next coming weekend I'll print some more, maybe the lights and everything. And then, I mean, at a certain point in time, because one of the questions that did pop up was you have this bath with resin where it builds it up from, and so the printer table just dips into that bath and then up to the UV to the LCD screen, and it will just go up, and it will go up, and it will go down to the next layer. Bzzz, will go up, go down to the next layer, bzzz, and then so it builds up. So it hangs underneath the plate, the build plate. But I was thinking, how long can you keep that resin in that bath? Because do you need to clean it out and pour it back into the canister, or hey, there we have Michelle. She's early. Someone just walked into the studio. So what was that there? Okay, yeah. So I didn't know how to do that, and then I thought, yeah, you can keep it in there as long as you not put it in direct sunlight and everything, obviously, because that would harden it out. And it has this UV shielded hood over it. This like canopy, and they say you can keep it for weeks and it won't be a problem. But apparently, at one point in time, I will run into problems where it hardens out or causes mistakes. But I'll just see how it goes and learn from that, because I'm sort of expecting it to go bad at some point in time and maybe cause issues. But we'll see how that goes. But to me, totally worth it. Really good printer. The quality is really good. The reason why I did it is because everything's metal, and it seems like that's really a good thing because it's really sturdy. Yeah. And I'm really happy with it. And once I have these things printed, I'm gonna try and print one of my train models. You have to do some work, obviously, because you have to take the model and then
STL is a very big
close
format.
it up and do some kinds of things to it to make it printable.
And then once you've done that, you're going to print the whole Happy Hunter
again. Yeah, finally. Yeah. No, but it's just so cool. Just the things, the number of things that you can do with that is just great, and knowing that it works. Oh, one thing, I started telling about that I printed it in this form, and I think for the supports and everything, that's a difficult print for the printer. If I put it like this in the printer, it's probably a bit easier because the flat part has something to build up to. If you do it like this, so you need some supports here, but not as much probably, because it will build up onto itself mostly, or maybe even like this. But then it would take a lot longer, obviously, to do that. You can print 100 of them in one go, obviously, if you want to. So I'm probably better off maybe putting it under some kind of angle. To make sure that there won't be any problems with sagging if it's a flat area, but that's just something.
Yeah, but if you do that, then you would probably get a lot more layer structure on the flat piece that you would need to sand off.
That's the other thing. So that's all gonna be just trial and error. See how it goes, and try that. So I'm very happy with this. I think this is perfect, and now we'll start building the lights and the speakers and everything, and I'll do that all in one. I'll just make a model of all the parts and just print them all in one print, obviously. So yeah.
You could try printing the whole bar with the lights and speakers on it.
I've thought about that too, but I thought let's go baby steps first. But yes, if I have okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'll tell you how it went. I'm gonna do the loose parts first, all loose but in one go, and then after that I'm gonna do a print of the whole thing in one and see how that comes about, just to see how it goes.
And also do a print with how is it called in English, with the rack where you normally break it out.
Oh, with the spruce.
Oh,
the spruce, yeah.
Yeah, the spruce. Yeah.
That'll be cool. That's so funny. Well, there are guys that on Facebook and everything, they just sell aftermarket parts, 3D printed aftermarket parts for all kinds of model kits. So if I get this one right, I can probably sell it for a couple of dollars and just ship it all over the world.
You could start a whole new business.
I know. Yeah, well, you can sell the sliced file. You can sell it as a file.
Overcomplicated, poorly printed 3D parts.
Well, I have to do something because of the train simulator market just plummeting. But I have to find some other way of making a living. But yeah, that's that. So yes, great stuff, really cool. I can't wait to fiddle around with that a little bit more. So yeah, that was exciting stuff, I think.
So you'll get to the point now where if something breaks in the house, you'll look at it and go, I can 3D print.
Exactly. Yes, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Maybe you can 3D print the parts for Oscar's coffee machine.
Yes, if he knows, if he finally finds out which part actually is broken, then I could probably do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, there are so many things, and not kidding you. I am gonna try and print that missing Lego part of my Fiat. It's a pretty difficult part to model, I think. So I have to really find a good way of modeling it. But I'm pretty sure I've got it. Another one.
I'm sure you can probably download STL files for almost every Lego brick in existence.
That's another thing. And then it's just the color, but I'll probably have to paint it or something. Anyway, so there are so many things. Again, next to all the other 100 or 1,000 things that I think I could be doing for the rest of my life, this is just an addition to the list of things that I don't have time to do. That's just the way it is. So anyway, so that's my 3D printing adventures, which is really fun. Nice. Yeah, I really like that. And how is life in Austria, Oscar? Are you getting any biking done? Are you? Is the weather okay? Yeah.
It's very nice weather actually. So it's during the nights around freezing. So -1, -2, and during the days sunny and 13 to 15 degrees.
Okay.
The first 3 days we did quite some walking.
Okay.
Up the mountains and downhill.
Okay.
15-16 kilometers per day. And then we rented out some e-mountain bikes.
Okay.
So and that was today was the first day we.
Cool.
We went up the mountain, and that's actually funny. We got ourselves a nice trip from Briekse im Thale across the mountains to Elmau, and then back over the mountains to Briekse. We fought at last, but we never went further than up the mountains because we every time when we were cycling somewhere, the road ended and it became a hiking trail with just not mountain bike, but not mountain bikeable. So we had to turn around, try a different road, but at the end we never came to Elmau.
There's always that.
But we had I don't know 35 kilometers or something of fun, so it was nice. And then so very nice, and so it's always. Very nice time sitting here, and so actually I'm working in the mornings. So from 8 to 12 I'm normally working. That's great about nowadays. I would say
definitely
work from anywhere. And then at 12 I close my laptop and the fun starts. But it's like always, and we know, but it's now in between season. So the summer has ended and the winter is not yet started. So all the hotels, restaurants, everything is closed. So you can eat pizza more or less.
Pizza. Yeah, so pizza it is. Yes. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But well, that's fine. And there's also a schnitzel place.
I mean, it's not only pizza; it's schnitzel too. So what's the problem?
Man cannot live on pizza
there can be 100 restaurants, and when I'm in Austria, I always eat schnitzel 7 days if I'm there for a week. So it's no problem that nothing else is there. Pizza is pizza is okay, but schnitzel is just the bomb. It's very, very good.
Yeah, that's the bomb. Yeah. So no, it's really nice being here.
Very nice. And Edwin is when you're working, he is making sure that he is building his Lego or just doing sightseeing or.
Yeah. Well, up until now, indeed, building Lego and actually baking a nice
Wow,
eggs,
that's really cool. Making sure you've got coffee and everything. That really sounds like a good deal. Maybe I'll come working there too sometime.
So Edwin's your servant.
Well,
you don't let him out. You don't let him out of the room, but you ask him for breakfast and coffee.
That's.
Problems with it.
I said I was going for a week to this place, and then he
so it's his own fault. Yeah.
Well, that's fine, but
exactly.
a list of things you need to do. But,
starting with
okay.
And,
okay.
No, but it's what Edwin likes to do. So,
of course. No, but that's just fun, just relaxing, just doing a little. I think great. And working. I mean, I've been there too a couple of years ago, and I did some work there too. But just working there with your laptop in that environment, having your servant on the side, that's just great. It's just great to do. It's just so much different than your normal, in your house or in your office or whatever. So it's really really relaxing. Even when you work, it's still relaxing. So that sounds like a good thing. True. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, that's great stuff. Okay, well, I haven't got any other things. I think.
I think
we're done. Oh, one thing that I didn't share.
Yeah, I have nothing else here.
I think I also got this one, Michel Vaillant. Do you know Michel Vaillant? I had a lot of books, comic books. As a kid, I had almost the whole series, and now his son, the son of Michael Graton, is doing the drawings with some other people, and they have a whole new series. But that's more this series. That's like the newer one with the modern. I mean, in the books, Max is there and Ricciardo is there, and it's the modern Formula One cars, and so that's really cool. But this is like the older. Version of it from the 60s and 70s, and it's like short stories. So it's really really fun with some other information there. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to do that too. So that was one other thing that I got for my birthday. So excellent. Okay, guys.
Great. Now I need for sure to come over.
Yeah, you need to read that. Yeah. Those are in the guest room on the table. So.
Yeah, and then every time when I keep on sleeping at your place, then it turns out 3 a.m.
It's
or something in the night.
It's crazy.
Before we go to bed. And then I come up in my room and then I see you go now I need to read.
Exactly.
This is so weird. It has always been, and it will probably always be, that whenever I'm staying over at Oscar's or Oscar is staying over at our place, we just, you sit down, you eat, you have a beer, and then about 10 o'clock, you have to work today, and we say, well, just have one whiskey or whatever, and then we'll just go to bed. It's fine. And that's the point where everything sort of turns, and we start talking and all subjects we can think, and everything, and another whiskey, and we end up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the night, just drinking a bottle of whiskey, and then we go to bed, and the next morning, 3 hours later or so, we have to get up and go to work, which we then obviously do, but it's just crazy that it always is like that. I think there was one time in Limburg where it was even almost 7 or 6 o'clock when we went to bed, and we really drank a bottle of whiskey, and I didn't feel that well the next morning, but I had to go to a customer. That was a bit obviously a bit strange, but you just do it. I just had we couldn't have a mask in front of us, but I probably should have. But no, it's just something that always happens, and you don't plan on it because we really want to go to bed at about 10 or 11 o'clock, but it just never happens. So, and it's the same in Austria. Everybody goes to bed, and we are also like, we'll go to bed. We'll just have one more drink. Well, and then everything goes haywire. Anyway. that was it for today, I think. Thank everybody for watching, if everybody was watching or watching this later. And thanks everybody for calling in, also from Austria. Have a really nice time. And we would love to see the build products, obviously. And we will see each other again next week at the same time. So
yes, we will.
Thanks for watching, and see you all next week. Bye bye.